All right, hey VC, I'm Jamie. Welcome back. We are back with another video and back with another unboxing. This one kind of a surprise, a delight, a reissue. It's celebrating a classic album from 1972, so this year it celebrates its 50th anniversary, talking about Jethro Tull's Thick as a Brick. Now this is a reissue of the 40th anniversary set, so this has been long since out of print for almost about 10 years now. I didn't pick this up when it originally was released. I'll tell you why in just a bit. But this is Thick as a Brick CD and audio DVD special collector's edition. So for the 50th, they've decided to just reissue the CD and book in very much the series that they have been spotlighting classic Jethro Tull albums. So this one again is 40th anniversary set, and I do like the way they have the newspaper kind of look here with just a little bit of extra stuff going on here. And of course, Thick as a Brick, classic Jethro Tull album, one song that spans the whole album, or the two sides of the vinyl. The CD features Thick as a Brick original album remixed, and then the DVD features Thick as a Brick in 5.1 DTS and Dolby Digital Surround Sound, Thick as a Brick new stereo mix, and I believe that's from Steven Wilson, Thick as a Brick original 1972 stereo mix flat transfer, and a 1972 radio ad. So that's about all you get for this little sort of CD, DVD book, but you also get a 100 pages plus edition with color supplement and the whole sort of newspaper theme going on. So yeah, let's take a look inside. Much to my surprise, I figured they have to do something for the 50th anniversary for Thick as a Brick. Now they have reissued it on vinyl, very nice like half-speed master vinyl, but much to my surprise and delight that they decided to reissue the CD DVD book, because as I mentioned, it didn't have this as part of my Jethro Tull catalog in terms of this configuration. So this simply opens up like this, and yeah, you get the two CDs layered. Even though you got all this space, you could have put one of the CDs here and the other one, or the DVD there. No, they decided to put them both right there, sort of. And that typical chrysalis label there. So there's the one and the other, and then nothing behind here. And this was one of the earlier ones in the sort of book form, or the CD DVD book form. This was one of the early issues for that. So very nice. And so, of course, like always, we got to take a look at the book inside. And as I say, this is my first time taking a look at this, because I didn't pick it up initially. Oh, okay, so we have the newspaper. I wasn't sure. I didn't think that they would have the fold-out newspaper with this kind of a configuration, but it is that sort of newsprint, very much like the album, as opposed to the rest of the pages, which are the typical glossy ones. So it does have that sort of newspaper text, newspaper feel to it. And of course, we're all familiar with this classic newspaper. It would have been nice to have this sort of as the full-size newspaper, but of course you can get that with the vinyl issue. And of course we all know what the newspaper looks like. So creative, so much fun. So yeah, I think I can probably skip past this, because we kind of know all the contents of that. Lots of in-jokes going on there too. So we got wow, the color supplement, which is nice. And such an amazing album. Of course, they would perform Thick as a Brick year after year, shortened versions of it, and then Ian Anderson would release Thick as a Brick 2. But these CD book forms with DVDs or whatever are always, there's so much to read, and they're really deep dives into these albums. And then, of course, they would release Passion Play, the same sort of idea, one song spanning the course of the album, not as big as Thick as a Brick, or maybe not as initially well received. Okay. All right, some great stuff in here. Again, the books are always terrific in this series. Okay. There we go. All right, and there we have it. Thick as a Brick, 40th anniversary set, reissued for the 50th anniversary. Now, one of the reasons I didn't pick this up initially is because I had picked up a 35th anniversary of Thick as a Brick that I'll show you the configuration of this. This just in a single CD slipcase, so there's no DVD or extensive booklet. However, this comes out just like this, and included in this, and you're thinking, oh, it's got a nice little booklet. This is celebrating EMI's 100th anniversary when this issue came out as I believe this was the 35th anniversary for this issue, and so this just talks about EMI. It's not really spotlighting Jethro Tull, of course, the Beatles, all the great EMI recording artists, that sort of thing. So that's, interesting. And then it's got a little Jethro Tull back catalog of, albums, of course, that you can buy. All the Jethro Tull stuff, but then it also includes the sort of, not quite full size, but a nice replica of the newspaper in this just little slipcase. So, it's got all of that there, so that's kind of neat. Something that they could have done with the CD big book. And then it's got the CD as just a single jewel case. But on this one, they've got Thick as a Brick, side 1, side 2. So Thick as a Brick 1 and 2. And then they have Thick as a Brick live at Madison Square Garden 1978, a roughly 12-minute version, which is not on the CD book. And then they have an interview with Jethro Tull's Ian Anderson, Martin Barr, and Jeffrey Hammond at over 16 minutes. Now, why they couldn't have included any of that, even in the new reissue, I don't know. But at the time, I'm thinking, why should I necessarily maybe pick up that Thick as a Brick 40th anniversary when I have this, and it's actually got extra stuff with a nice replica of the newspaper. Now, having said that, being fully immersed in the CD books of the Jethro Tull Spotlighting series is just great. And so, yes, when they did reissue this, I was very happy to have picked this up, and it's going to be a great read and certainly great to listen to. And just to quickly show you the other CD books in this series in no particular order, we got Jethro Tull and Benefit, then we got Jethro Tull and Aqualung. And again, with many of these books, great reading, but they've really been increasing a lot of live stuff, a lot of previously unreleased stuff, demos and so much more. And that's why I was surprised Thick as a Brick was so bare bones when they issued that. We got Heavy Horses, and then we got Jethro Tull A, and then we got Jethro Tull Minstrel in the Gallery. This is such a good one. Jethro Tull This Was, and then we got Jethro Tull Too Old to Rock and Roll, Jethro Tull 40th Anniversary for Stormwatch. Also, Jethro Tull Songs from the Wood, the country set, where they'd come up with some interesting names for these CD books. Jethro Tull's A Passion Play and Extended Performance, and I really do enjoy this one. They've got a lot of extra stuff on here, which is great. Jethro Tull, the Elevated Edition, and Jethro Tull, War Child. Oh, okay, but happy to add this because I didn't have this one. This is the one I was missing, so happy to add this to the collection. So that's going to do it for this one. Thanks so much for stopping by, and we'll chat again soon. Do take care. Bye-bye.